Hey, welcome to the Jetty Jet Show. Did you guys miss me? I missed you. Alright, let's get started. So this is a continuation video from this drawing. Check back in this link if you guys want to get caught up and all that good stuff. If you guys are already ready just to have fun, let's get started. Alright, so what is the purpose of doing this? Right now we are learning still. We're not here to try to make a pretty picture. We are trying to learn. We're gonna basically add muscles on top of this skeleton figure in a 3/4 view, 3/4 muscles. What I like to do is I'm gonna turn this opacity down and we're gonna draw over it like we always do. I'm gonna turn on everything like this, and like I always say, this is really informational and you're just studying these forms. Do it to learn. Don't do it to make like a pretty picture. Like if you're just brand new to this, it's not gonna come up pretty, but you need to basically fail. Failure is a good thing because that means you're learning. Some people don't want to do it because they can't face failure because they want to succeed immediately. But you know, all successful people fail. So fail often, fail early, fail responsibly. Alright, so what do we have here? So we talked about planes and we talked about center lines. We didn't talk much about wraparounds. Now this is where wraparounds come to play big time. When you're adding muscles, and remember in my other videos, front, side, back view, I cover all the muscles, so all this stuff should be reviewed. But in 3/4, how are you supposed to visualize it? And since we're just experimenting, we are trying to visualize these muscles basically in 3D space. As you can see, there's many ways of adding muscles. I can just do blocking these big old round shapes and it'll already start making sense. I'm just gonna do that, you know, quick and easy. I didn't expect this. I'm just gonna do it. This is just one method, quick and easy, just big old round shapes. I'm gonna wrap around the rib cage here, follow down towards the pelvis. It's all the same, and basically we have our map laid out for us, and that's the bones. It's crotch area here. This shape here, I'm gonna break everything down into basic shapes. So every part of the body should be separated in muscle or form, big major forms, separating it into different shapes. As you can see, look, I can just block it in with this big shape like this, big old round shape. I'm not worried about overlap or anything like that. I'm just trying to get these shapes in. If you guys studied my other videos, front, side, and back, I talk about all the different shapes of the muscles and how they turn and different angles. So I really suggest you start back there. If you're new to the channel, he's really tilted, but that's okay. We're still learning. We're just learning. See, I just basically added an extra layer over the bone structures, and it's pretty much straightforward, common sense. Like if this is your neck bone or structure or tendons or whatever that's underneath to represent the bone, there's going to be some mass over it. See, that's just one way of putting it in. Yeah, his angle's really bugging me. Luckily in Manga Studio you can rotate multiple layers. Just want to rotate him. Alright, so there you have it. Everything's laid out, and I just basically plopped on some muscles, and it's done. I can turn this off and keep whatever I want, and I can also turn it off like this, both of them, and begin sketching over it like this. So if you're asking me, well, how did you get those structures? I explain it all, really, front, side, back, and this is a little more advanced, moves a little faster. So but what you want to keep in mind this whole entire time are the wraparounds. Is that as things, remember we were talking about perspective, everything closer towards the top is straight. I did start giving him sort of a slant, but I wanted to do this, so no top of the head. No the top of the head. We'll show a little bit. This is as much as we'll get, not too much. Otherwise, I'm gonna be screwing up with my my last video's perspective. We don't see much of the top, maybe a little bit. See? We'll see maybe just a little bit on the top. I think that's what we're getting, this impression here. But what we're focusing on a lot is the wraparounds. Wraparounds. Say it with me. Wraparounds. It's morning. I just woke up. You know what? I just said I'm gonna do this. Spur of the moment. I woke up really early, and when I'm up and early, I got this drive. Like I gotta do stuff. So wraparounds. The muscle goes like this. See? And I advise you to do this on your own, just to get the feel. Like really, just try to feel that mass. See, I'm not worried about too much the muscles, not just yet. Well, of course, I have that kind of underlying understanding. So that's based off of previous knowledge. All these structures are based off of previous knowledge. And I'm just moving really fast. But as you can see, as we look down, the ellipses start to get more round. See? Big old ellipse here. Circular platform. These would be like full circle ankles. We can see the circle, almost full, I mean. But just doing this, there was an exercise where all we drew were mummies. As a first assignment. It was a good assignment. It really just helped us really utilize that wraparound, demonstrating that we understand that there's form, 3D form. Trying to create that illusion of form on a flat surface. So we need to use all the tools and techniques and illusions that we can to achieve that. Let me see if I can find that file. Alright, so here's just a basic little SketchUp mummy. Basically, we had to draw a figure and then wrap it up with some I don't know what they call them, dressing, gauze, whatever the mummy's dressed up with. I went with more of kind of a zombie approach, but as you can see, these skeletons are all what I've shown you, taught you. We'll go over these poses in a later video. That's when things pick up some real steam. We're gonna get to some crazy stuff, and you should be able to do all this stuff. But I think this lesson was really useful and helpful. This mummy actually wasn't very effective because I didn't really do the wraparounds really well, and my teacher pointed it out, and I completely agree. Like, these wraps are going up this way. These wraps are really flat. They don't look like they're spinning around. They look like literally back and forth. Like some comic artists will do that, but they do that after they learned the rules. I would recommend trying to draw a mummy like that. You know, if you want to play around with poses and stuff, go ahead. Use the technique that I showed you, using these basic little stick figures. All right, that's one way of building the figure. Let's do it the old-fashioned way, like I did before in the other video. So basically, there's this shoulder muscle wrapping around that ball. So we're gonna talk about it as we go through this. And there's this bicep on the other side, and there's this tricep, comes down with the tendon, attaches to the bone via elbow. See, everything's broken up into different parts, but as you can see, it's attaching itself right here to this portion of the forearm, like this. And I'm going to show it by this overlap. This bicep goes over this like elbow bend, like sometimes, but I'm doing it just to exaggerate these structures. On the other side, there's a muscle here, big muscle here like that. The hand really speaks for itself. I basically went over the little stick figure hand fingers, and it just worked out. They just work out, and I like to keep it really simple, like literally just draw the fingers with lines, and then put the thumbs on top of it. But understanding the structure. So I have a video for hands. I'll put the link here too. Understand the structure on top of doing these basic guidelines is really what helps sell the hand or these structures. Otherwise, you don't know what to put on top of these basic forms, right? Like I don't know what to put on top of this straight line of bone here, because I don't know how a forearm looks. So understanding the structure first, or in combination, is key. So here we go, other side. Straighten it out here like this. Bicep, and it's being blocked by this big old structure, his rib cage, like this. Maybe a little more mass, some forgot what obliques. I think that's what these are called. See how I subtly suggest that these are the ribs, and then these are the obliques. And then I'm gonna do the hip. These are the waists right here. Following that, these perspective lines. They're not accurate. I just make them up, like just eyeball it. Shoulder muscle. See, every lump represents a muscle. This trapezius attaches itself to the neck. Come back up here, right down. Oops. We can do a crotch structure, like he's wearing like underwear, like almost like a Ken doll. That works. Let's do the legs in kind of like similar technique as our last one, like big old blocky shapes, like this, and that can really help too. If this is your basis for structures, that's all you need. Learn the muscle afterwards, and then you can kind of sculpt it out. Like the muscle comes down like this, the kneecap starts like that. But it sets you up with a pretty solid like a rough draft for structure. Let's do the other side by line. So this was using shapes, just like we were doing before. We're gonna go around here, knowing the structure of the thigh. So I think maybe this might even be more helpful if you don't understand any of the figures yet. Just start with big old blocky shapes. Understand that this is shoulder, this is bicep or tricep area, this is forearm. Break it into big old balloons, big old round shapes. There's just so many different tools and ways to building the figure. There's no right or wrong way. They're all just different ways. Let's just finish up this other leg here. I'm going to put kneecap straight down. We can give a little bulge for the front of the shin, or we can just go straight down. Sometimes style also plays into it. Curve the back down like this. And the feet round off the back. I'm going to keep it really simple. It's a wedge. Don't look at your rough draft as something you have to stick to. Look at it as something you can expand upon or grow on. You know, like how can you be inspired to do things different, using it as a reference, as a starting point. This foot, you know what it's doing to me? It's killing me. My brain's telling me to turn it more towards us. Oops. So I'm gonna do that. Put the kneecap facing this way, pointing the feet towards us. That feels a little more comfortable for me. and I'm using these big old shapes. Alright. And his hair. What we're doing here, basically, we're just tracing over our structure. We had everything pretty much laid down in our last video. We can draw over it again. We'll leave the face like this for now. Let's draw some hair. Do whatever hair you want. That's a different video. Let's do a traditional samurai hair. I don't know. It just came to my head right now. Like Haomaru, but not Haomaru. From Samurai Showdown? Samurai Spirits? No? Maybe so. Got his hair turned back. And as a matter of fact, I believe this hairstyle, it's so common in so many different Japanese cartoons, TV shows. Almost all the heroes, like the main actors, heroes from like the old Japanese samurai movies, they all had this hairstyle. Even shorter bangs. They had dudes with shorter bangs. Longer. Sometimes they had like permed bangs back in the I forgot, the 80s, 90s, 70s. I don't know which one it was, but they all did this. And a matter of fact, I believe this hairstyle was inspiring of Akira Toriyama's Goku. Just a very graphic, stylized, flat technique. Bangs. But the thing about Goku is that no matter what angle he's in, his hair is always looking like this rooster thing. This side thing here represents the tufts on a monkey's cheek. I'm thinking, like, see. So they are graphic shapes, but they're all symbols that represents a common ancestor, and that ancestor is this. I think even the old samurai guys, they had those tufts on his cheek like that. So we'll give him some tufts there. Let's give him some eyebrows. Let's give him eye patch. Just because that's how they were back in the day. Every dude with this hairstyle had an eye patch. Why is he so just like? Why is his hands just like? Oh man, his hands look so stiff. I'm gonna curl up the fingers a little bit to help him look less stiff. I think he's gonna look stiff regardless, but uh oh, there it goes. It was just on time. If you guys can hear, got that little Chihuahua rat dog. All right, so we have the rib structure. We can draw these kind of lines to just indicate we have some rib underneath. This line here for his abs. This is like the I don't know what part this is, but it's right above the crotch. You gotta understand, there's different parts of the body, and you gotta show that one way or another. There's this oblique. See, we can really break this guy up to different parts. Abs, you know, I guess this would be the lowest portion of his abs. Crotch, and this is the hardest part to get. Anybody who's tried to work on abs, no. This is the first hardest thing, the lower abs, because this is where all the fat develops. It's just so hard to get rid of that belly fat. But being lean helps. That's an exercise video. This ain't exercise. We can exercise. We should do an exercise video. What's your exercise video? Well, what the hell is abs? Looks like they've been drawn on with the black marker. That's another thing. Be careful of. It's you like trying to indicate muscle structure and stuff with just really just stark lines and stuff. It ends up looking like you don't see those structures in real life. If it was like that, then you're literally drawing with black marker. These structures are usually where folds and forms meet. Like his arm is touching his armpit. the and or overlap, like little undulations of form. Like it's like if we were to look at these two hills, maybe a big one in the back, these hills, maybe this, you know what I mean? These hills represent this overlap. We can see it goes up this way and it goes over this road here, it comes out this way, you know. That's what these lines are doing. We don't draw around every single thing because that doesn't look right. Pectoral. Let's see, now you can start playing with like improvising. Of course, improvising knowing based off of your understanding. This is showing the trapezius that attaches here like that. See? Push and pull. If you want to show more muscle, do it. Honestly, do it. There's no rule telling you, there's no jet telling you not to do it. Just do it. It just means he's a lot more lean, like less body fat. The more pronounced and dark the lines are, the less fat he has. Okay. Okay, let's give him some pants. There. And the pants wrap around. Do it on a different layer. Because I don't want to mess up this one. And of course, clothing is a whole entire different subject and monster, beast. There's like 7 different types of folds. I'll cover it all. Let's just do some quick ones though. So as you can see, the video has been sped up. I am now adding clothing, swords, these weird looking shorts. Should have used reference. Some scars because he's so badass and he gets into a lot of fights. This is all sped up because this isn't a clothing video, you know. I just wanted to change things up a little bit, add some clothing. Normally he would be just naked, but you know, I thought that was kind of boring. But that was pretty much it for the figure. Pretty much it. 3/4 turn for a figure. And as far as clothing, I'll definitely cover all that stuff. There's a lot of different types of folds. 7 pretty drastically different folds. 7 types of folds basically. And I'll cover all of that in a later video. But now I am just going to focus on these figures for now. And I'm outlining it. I'm actually going to ink it, add some tone. Didn't expect to go this far at all. Any professional artist or skilled artist will tell you to do a character properly, you want to plan ahead, especially with the pose. And even if it's a very subtle, simple pose, you got to plan the way the weight of the body is. There's really no weight distribution in this drawing and stuff like that, since it was just informational. But I switched to this eye patch real quick right there. But if I could do it again, I would definitely plan ahead. Since this wasn't really planned, I just winged it best as I could, and I'm pretty happy with it. Bandage is looking pretty flat there. I think one of my next videos I will be doing a mummy, like in a pose. I'm gonna do a pose, and then I'm gonna wrap them up, just like I showed you guys in a little sample picture. And I'm gonna have you guys do it, and then you guys are gonna do it as a homework assignment, and then you're gonna post it, and then you're gonna show me. So yeah, that's my samurai dude. Pretty like just random on the fly. I noticed his hands are really tiny. I adjust a lot of the muscles. As always, the rough draft is never set in stone. You can always adjust it. But I didn't want to adjust this one too much. Just here and there. I set his legs a little bit further apart. His shoes are looking really clunky, clanky, and out of perspective now. But you guys get the message. I'm starting to add in like a really pitch black tone representing shadow. I think shadow is the dark shadows like that is a quick, easy way to make your drawing pop. It accomplishes a large portion of value. Basically, we have white, and we have some sort of light tones, but when you add in that black, it just punches it and makes it look pretty final. Let's add last linear touches, little scuffs here and there, really quick. Changed his tricep a bit, looked a little weird, deflated, and his face and body, I just feel like a lot of stuff was just not matching. It's just kind of out of place. I think I ended up changing his shorts a little bit more. I'm not sure. Oh no, I think that's it. That's it. Yeah. So, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. The video is coming to an end. Hope you guys continue to watch my videos. I will do my best to keep posting these videos up and teaching you guys. And hopefully they can just be random drawing videos. I just really want to put videos out there for you guys. It doesn't have to be educational, because the more structured and complicated the videos get, the harder it is for me to get up and do it. You know, it's like I build myself up for defeat, because it seems like a chore when you think about it. But if it's just spur of the moment and just random ideas and videos, I think it could be a lot easier. And I say that a lot, but when I end up doing it, it ends up becoming a really complicated instructional video. But I think once I get the fronts, I think this is it for the guy. I'm gonna do the whole entire thing. Well, I have all the girls version recorded, so I'm gonna post all the females front, side, back, and then a 3/4. From there, we'll do the crazy poses and all that stuff. Yeah, maybe I'll just jump into the mummy. But I think there were some guys asking for the female figure. Go figure. Go figure the female figure. All right, and that's pretty much it. That's the guy. That's the one. That the good one? I don't know. Maybe. Okay, till next time, guys, take care. Thanks so much for watching. Good luck. Practice this. Practice all of this. Let me know how it goes. Alright, take care.